Hey guys, we are actually going to be getting ready to leave corporate America. I am going to do a 6-month trial, and we are going to go through a whole process of everything that I need to get done and everything that I plan on getting done. And I'm going to stick to it, and I'm going to make sure that we leave corporate America. I'm about to be 40 years old in August of 2026. I'm going to be 40. We're not going to be staying in corporate America anymore. We tired. I actually have my notes here, so if y'all see me looking to the side or grabbing my book, it's because I want to make sure that I'm hitting all the things that I say I'm going to do and make sure that I'm telling you, because you may be on the same path that I'm going on and you may not know exactly what to do. So because I actually reached out to ChatGPT, I reached out to other entrepreneurs to make sure that I got like an insight as to what needs to be done. I asked ChatGPT questions to see if they can interview me so that I can make sure that I'm ready to get on this journey to be an entrepreneur and make sure that I am not working a 9-to-5 job or having to go back to corporate America, period. So what I am going to do is y'all going to be seeing a whole bunch of videos of like me doing side hustles, increasing my income, doing more activities. You'll be seeing more vlogs. You'll be seeing more sit-down videos like this. And it's a lot going on right now that I feel like with the world today and how everything is actually changing, if I called the credit bureaus to do something and if it worked or if it didn't work, I'm going to let y'all know the fails. I'm going to let you know anything that worked. I'm going to let you know like what happened, what I said, things of that nature. I'll try to have like little templates and all of these documentations. I will let you know how I did it and how it worked for me. However, because these things are working for me and because I am able to do this, it does not mean that everybody is able to, because everybody has their own path. So take this information with a grain of salt. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this started. So for the first topic that I wanted to actually mention is that I'm going to actually quit my 9-to-5 strategically. I am not going to be, what is the word that I'm looking for? I'm quitting this job emotionally, because if you ask me, I'm quitting yesterday because I'm tired. I've been at this call center for 9 years and I feel like I am more drained working there than I am anything else. So just to give you a background story, my name is Cassandra. I go by Cassie J on a budgeting channel that I have, but my name is Cassandra. I actually am trying to quit my 9-to-5 job so that I can work for myself. I did a 2-month time period where I actually asked off of work, which was an 8-day period doing FMLA. And I decided that I was going to do a mental break. I've been with this job for so long that I was literally stressing myself out. And I didn't realize how I was stressing myself out, because I have the attitude of, I don't care. I don't entertain things. I don't care enough to let it hold. Like if whatever happens at work, I don't bring that home. I barely even bring it to my first break. Like I don't even care during the call. You know what I'm saying? So like it wasn't like that situation. Like I thought I wasn't being affected, but wholeheartedly doing the same thing over and over, being yelled at over and over by customers who are just trying to make a payment, and it's your fault because they didn't make a payment. You know what I'm saying? So like I was just, when I say I'm tired of that environment, I am just so tired of the environment. I don't even know how to explain. I just want something different. So I don't know if I just need to change it, and that's the reason why I'm having this idea right now. So anyway, I asked for 2 months off, and with the 2 months I had to, since it was a mental break, they have requirements. You have to be up to date with your health appointments, you have to do a psychiatrist, like a therapy session. Make sure you're up to date with your dental, make sure you're up to date with your vision. During that time, you also have to be taking your dependents that you have on that insurance. And so it's like you have a few things that you have to do. Granted, they're not going to say that you have to do it during that time. But whenever you come back, you don't have PTO, you don't have whatever, because they take all of that. And so whenever you come back and you do need to go to the doctor or something like that, it's hard for you to go. And so because I was able to do that, I talked to the FMLA. She was like, make sure you do this and this, whatever. And I was like, okay, that makes sense. So I was up to date. Doing so, mind you, I'm doing this for my mental. I'm doing this because I'm stressed out. I'm doing this because I'm not feeling good. I'm doing this because I also in January had to do in November I had to do a physical so that we can start the insurance and get that discount for the insurance that following year. So I had to make sure that I had did my insurance or my physical, and my physical had a stress reliever depression test, and my answers were looking as if I was depressed and I was stressed out. So because of that, I got my hormone test, and I started like doing different types of doctor's appointments. And my therapist was like, you know, maybe you need to see a real doctor or face-to-face doctor so you can figure out what's going on because you may have ADHD. So I was like, oh, okay. I'm pretty sure I do. I'm pretty sure I do. So because of the, you know, the therapist saying that, whatever, I went ahead and reached out to my doctor, did some appointments, found out I had a UTI that was abnormal. So I had a UTI before, and I had got rid of it. There was, you know, because me having the weight loss surgery, I had a hysterectomy in April of 2024. That hysterectomy led to having also surgery on my bladder, and I was down for like maybe a month or two during that time, and so I actually had some complications at that time, whatever, with my bladder. So I knew that there was like issues that was going to be coming up. Then I also had a tumor on my stomach that needed to require a weight loss surgery. So in October of 2024, I ended up getting the tumor removed. When I say I was in the most pain that I can ever explain, like the excruciating pain of not being able to eat food and throwing up all the time and being able to wake up in the middle of your sleep with like stomach acid or whatever, it's just like you're just going to throw up. Like it was the worst time of my life, being really sick in 2024. 2023. Those surgeries actually saved my life. So because of that, I started talking to a therapist, started talking to a doctor, started talking to multiple people to make sure that my health stayed up to par. I was at the point to where I was 316 pounds, and right now I am at 201. So I did lose over 100 pounds, and I went from size 26 to a size 12. So I do see the difference in like just life itself. If I remember, I could put some pictures up here. If I still have them, a lot of pictures I don't have anymore. I kind of got rid of the majority of everything that I have. My life has actually been a lot different. I'm able to stand for long periods of time. I'm able to sit for long periods of time. I'm able to move around. I don't have any issues with moving around. I can go drive without being overly tired. And it's just like the only thing that I have right now is that after that surgery, I had bacteria in my blood. So the bacteria in my blood, they don't know exactly what the bacteria is. It has shown different things, and because of that, I'm getting UTIs, and they just won't go away. So with that being said, I did not know that I still had it whenever I had my first surgery in 2024. All of 2025, I really didn't have too much pain, so I was so used to like the pain that I had with the fibroids from the hysterectomy, and then that was gone. And then I didn't really have the sensation to go pee because of the bladder surgery. And then whenever I got my weight loss surgery, I really didn't have any pain, because the pain that was really killing me was my stomach and my chest. And once that was gone, like the healing after like a week, I didn't have any pain. The only thing that I had problems with was like walking. The meds that they have you on, you're so tired that you just really want to sleep all day. So that's the only thing that I had. Once that was done, I went back to work, and everything was normal. Like or back to being the best, you know. So I didn't have any issues, and then it took me forever. I did not know why I could not go, and I still didn't have the sensation to go pee. So I guess that's the reason why I did not know that there was like anything wrong with my UTI. But recently, whenever I had went to Georgia in November of 2025, I came back and I started realizing that I do have the sensation to go pee. It was weird because I think me being in the car for long periods of time and not telling myself to go use the restroom every 2 hours or every 3 hours made it come back. And so I now had this sensation to go use the restroom. Weird. This is not part of what I was actually trying to tell you, but a part of what I'm actually going through. I'm letting you know that everybody is not perfect. They go through stuff in life, and in order for them to go through stuff, they need to figure out who they are, and in order to do this, they have to, in order for you to understand my journey, I wanted you to know. So back to the story time, I guess. So after that, 2025 happened. No, there was no issue. I didn't have anything that was like, I need to go to the doctor and stuff like that. I actually was thinking I was going to cancel my insurance, but then in December, I started looking into taking a medical break. So I was like, you know what, I'm not going to cancel my insurance. I'm going to go ahead and go to the doctor. I'm going to see about my health, and I'm going to see about what I need to do to take a mental break. And my doctor's really good, whatever. She knows that I have been at this job for a really long time, whatever. And so she really was like, you know what, mental breaks for stress, whatever, is really important. So when I went to go do my physical again in January, that at the end of January, I went to go do my physical. She said that she wanted me to come back, get the paperwork that I needed, and then go back on February 3rd. And we're going to start the break, the 2-month break, February 4th. So I was like, okay, I already knew I was going to take 2 months. I already knew that I wanted to have it all done. She was actually going to have me do 3 months. I decided, no, I just needed 2 months, whatever, because I just didn't need 3 months off work. So during that time, like I had said, I actually have to do like doctor's appointments and therapy appointments, whatever. So because of that, I found out that I had the UTI. I had to go to the urine doctor. I had to go to a blood doctor because I need to make sure that the bacteria in my blood is actually gone, and everything's there as if it was never cleared out. So now I'm actually going to therapy, and actually they also wanted to do like a hormone test. Because of the hormone test, that's whenever the hormone test was going to give me the meds that I actually needed for ADHD, which was like the whole reason why this even started. Like, it's so annoying to think that it's so annoying that I have to go through all this. You have no idea. It's like I just wanted time off work to not do anything. Well, anyways, I ended up being on meds, and I wasn't able to do the work that I was supposed to do. February, I was literally in bed. I wasn't doing anything. My budgeting channel, like, I just stopped posting as much. It was like 1 video a week if I was even able to do it. It was crazy. I wasn't able to work February. Last week of February, I started getting better. The meds, the antibiotics, and all that, whatever, I was done. It was like a 10 to 20 day time period that I had to do it, and it was just like a lot. So with that, I was able to basically, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I was able to get back on track with, money. Because, like, mind you, it wasn't working, and I didn't know. I told myself I was going to get my bills ahead, so I had February paid. But then in February, I wasn't working for March. And so I was like, okay, I was robbing Peter to pay Paul. I was out doing Uber every day. I had to do $200, maybe $150 to $200 a day, and I was hitting it. I was knocking it out. I was able to get the money out, but then my car started messing up. So not only am I having to pay bills, but I'm also having to buy tires, buy the rotors, buy the piece that went to the engine. The light went out. I wasn't able to drive at night. Like, it was like crazy. That whenever it was raining, the tires are too bad. Like, I couldn't do it. And so I was like, it was so many different things that was coming. Like, I was able to afford the bills, which is like roughly $3,000 in a month. Then I was also trying to figure out how to fix the car. So, and then there was rain. Like, April, May, and June have been like a tropical storm. And so doing Uber is just not an option. So I have to figure out another way, right? But at that time, the only thing I had was Uber. I could only do Uber. So I was out there in the rain. I was out there every single day trying to make sure that all my bills are paid or whatever. So I was able to use that last month of that break. I go back to work. Whenever I go back to work in April, I think it was like the last day, I think it was the 30th of March. I go back to work. I work for 2 weeks. I have another 2 weeks of FMLA because I'm on another thing of antibiotics. And so those medications were actually going to have it to where I could not work. So because I wasn't able to work, I was supposed to Uber. But the meds had me asleep. So I couldn't Uber during those 2 weeks. Y'all, when I say it was like one thing led to another, guys, y'all don't understand. All I wanted to do was not do anything. I had a planned vacation during that time anyway, and so the FMLA actually helped me out with being able to take my meds, go on vacation, relax, and be on this stress reliever that I have been putting myself on. So even though I had planned to basically leave my 9-to-5 in April, I was not ready to leave my 9-to-5 job. I wasn't. All the stuff that was coming over, the medical issues that were popping up, the income that I did not have saved, the idea that it was just going to be so easy to drop I make like $4,500 a month. Just drop that and 100% rely on side income. But it made me realize that whenever I'm on medical leave, whenever I am on the mental break, whenever I still had that money coming in even though I wasn't able to work. So financially, being on insurance, really being on FMLA was amazing. You get paid, you get time off, whatever. It basically protects your job, right? But with the insurance part, I did not get paid until the end of March. Yeah, the end of March, and I was off work February and March, and they were able to pay like a little bit over 2,500 finally. And then I worked for 2 weeks. Then I was off for 2 weeks. Those 2 weeks, they did not pay me. I went back to work. They did not pay me. I came back from the FMLA. They still didn't pay me until a week after I had came back. So it was like you have to work for yourself. You have to have a backup because you cannot rely on something else, especially if you have unexpected medical issues like I had. It just didn't work out. So the break that I thought I was going to have, that I was going to be able to have a few $1,000s to back me up, I did not have it. So that's why we're going to be doing this strategic plan instead of this whatever plan that I thought I had. With that, what I'm going to do is I have a couple of questions that I had to ask myself, and I have a couple of things like a plan basically that I'm going to do to make sure that I am where I need to be before I quit. And if you have any input, what you did or what you need to do before you quit corporate America, leave it in the comments down below, because I actually really would like to know, because it might be something that I did not think of that I actually need to do. Okay? So let's go ahead and get started with the first one. So know my number. Knowing my number is so important. When I say I did not think about this the first time, but I'm thinking about this now, honey. So I need to know what my income would be without my 9-to-5. So what my income would be right now is I'm making in between $6,000 to $10,000 every month. So it's like I'm at a comfortable state, but I don't know exactly what I'm going to get. It's 6 is the minimum that I make. 10 has been the max so far that I make each month. Okay, and that's with the side hustles. That's with the 9-to-5. That's with the, I was going to say free money. That's with the additional extra money that I make that's not an actual hustle. So knowing my actual number has been an eye-opener. So like I said, 45-ish has been the amount of money that I'm making working my 9-to-5 without any PTO or anything like that. Even if I have PTO, it's still the same amount, whatever, because they give you that 80 hours a check. So the only thing that I can say is that I have the option to make $200 a day or $250 a day. Doing Uber or medical courier, you can make more. And I do both. And so if I can figure out a way to do that with my car fixed, of course, figure out a way to do that, I'm able to make, but I'm working every day. If I am off 2 days out of the week and I am making $200 a day, that's 20 days a month at 200 being $4,000. Now, if I make $2,000 a day times 30, saying that I work 30 is going to be the $6,000 that I can make in a month. So depending on if I have off 2 days out the week, or if I just work every single day and hit $200, that's how I do it. Whenever I do Uber, you can only Uber up to 12 hours. So I do 4 hours in the morning, 4 hours midday, and then 4 hours in the evening, and that gives me my $200 or more most times. So knowing my number is basically my expenses, my income, and the random things that pop up because of the month. Holidays that you don't do this every month, but holidays you don't want to go, but then family comes in town randomly and you're just like, oh, here's $200 to holidays that I did not plan on spending. So there's that, okay? So I actually wanted to make sure that I budgeted out my monthly expenses. Like, I wanted to know exactly what the expenses were versus my income. I have been doing that on my budgeting channel, where I am breaking down my weekly expenses, knowing exactly where my money's going, if I'm mostly going out to eat. It's crazy because I had the weight loss surgery and I'm still going out to eat because I'm a foodie and I like food and I like to go on dates. That's an expense, y'all. I don't care what nobody says. If you cannot stop, I'm like a food addict at this point. I'm like, I love food. All right, so my monthly expenses. What is the absolute minimum that I need to survive each month, which would be like the bills and like the car, and if I don't leave and I don't go buy stuff, how much would it be for like groceries, stuff like that. And then what is my comfortable number? Like, what am I, not just on my bills paid, but like I said, going out to eat, going to travel, going to whatever, what is my comfortable number each month? Like, say my comfortable number is 6,000. Right? All my bills are paid. I'm still able to go do things with the kids. I'm still able to go eat. I'm still able to travel. I'm still able to do whatever. And then if I don't do it, that money can just roll over to the next month, or it can just go into the savings and stay there and occur interest, right? So I went ahead and got all my numbers down for like the rent, utilities, food, insurance, transportation, everything like that. And then so I realized that the amount that I need, have to have it for 6 to 12 months. So I feel like having this information, having this income for just the expenses, my comfortable number for 6 months to 12 months would be perfect for me. I am actually going to figure out what my number is. I don't know, I can't remember if I did it already or not. I remember thinking about it, but I can't remember if it's like a solid number or whatever. But I will go ahead and leave it here on the screen what my actual comfortable number is. All right, so the next thing was I need to eliminate high stress debt. So I will be on a debt-free journey. I'm on a debt-free journey. I have a debt-free plan, a debt-free budget planner, all that, whatever, which I'll leave in the description down below for my debt planner. It's a budget planner as well as helping you pay off your debt so you can stay focused on it. So that will actually be in the description down below. I love melanin items, so I did make a melanin debt planner book. So if y'all are interested in that, please check it in the description down below. All right, so I can say that with my debt, I do not have credit cards anymore. The credit card that I had, it was, I think there was like $42,000 that I had as an available limit on it, and I was just like swiping every chance that I got. I'm no longer doing that, so I got to the point to where every time I dropped it $10,000, I called them and I was like, hey, I need to lower my available balance. I need to lower it, whatever, so I can actually continue dropping it and I won't have that. It's $40,000. Let me go buy a car. You know, so I was trying to make sure that I kept it, lowering it, and then like every time, sometimes I actually lowered it, would change the APR, which was amazing, don't get me wrong, but I kept lowering it. And then I don't have any personal loans, and I don't have any buy now, pay later things, which I think was like I can't even affirm or something like that. I don't believe in that. If I can't get it now, I'm not going to get it. That's just, that's for people that are like shopping problems. Or like having, like, if you don't have the money to travel. I realized you could do that traveling because my cousin was like, I'm going to do this from a plane ticket. Girl, if you don't have the money to do it, don't go. Like, that's how I see it. Don't do it. Like, I don't even know if it has like interest on it or not. I don't even know how that works, but I don't do loans, girl. I can't do any loans. So there are collections that I have, which would be like some of the medical things that I have that I don't necessarily need to, pay right now because it doesn't affect my credit, but it's still there. I have a couple of things that are on my credit that are collection agencies, that some of them that are not even mine, but they keep coming back. I keep getting them disputed and removed, and then like a year later they come back for some reason, and I'm not understanding why. They're not mine. And so I have that, and so I am working on my debt-free plan, my debt confession. I was actually thinking of having a debt confession video on this channel, even though I have a budgeting channel. I'll leave the budgeting, whenever I do it, I'll link it in the description down below. I actually don't know. Are y'all interested in my debt journey, like my debt confession, like what the numbers are, whatever? I can record it. I might not have like overhand or whatever, like I do my budgeting side. It's more of like showing you the plan, the numbers and everything, so you have like a visual, but I can actually just talk to you about what the plan is. If you're interested, let me know. If one person says yes, I'm doing it. I'm just letting it go. All right, so the next thing, step 3, I am going to create multiple income streams. So multiple income streams, I am a notary. I do public notaries and loan signings and things of that nature. I have multiple online shops like Etsy. I have a snail mail club that I actually just recently started. I have a budgeting Etsy shop. I have a sticker Etsy shop that actually links to both the budgeting channel and link to the snail mail that I have. So I also have a YouTube channel, this one versus the budgeting channel that I actually just mentioned, which is Cassie J Budgets and Vlogs. And then also have Ko-Fi memberships for the snail mail as well as for the budgeting side. So there's, different things there. I also have Uber and Lyft sometimes. I don't do Lyft as much, but I do Uber driver, where I'm driving people around and not picking up the food. I don't do any food delivery. With Uber Eats, recently I think they actually changed it. So DoorDash will tell you it's $10 to deliver the food. You deliver it, you get that $10. Uber Eats had it $10, you deliver the food. The customer didn't like it, they would take back your tip. You would get $2.50. And it was like not the same. I think Uber Eats took that away. Whatever number they show you that you get, that's the number that it's going to be now. So I want to say that they actually changed that part, and that part was amazing. I actually was thinking about going back to doing Uber Eats because it's really good. My mom does Favor, and I was thinking about doing Favor as well, and I am able to do DoorDash. So I was like, if I wanted that extra, to go out and do stuff, it's like a lot of wear and tear on my car, but I am fixing my car to where everything's updated now, so I'm able to actually do everything the way I need to. And then again, notary work is one of those things where I can have one person for 20 minutes want to sign a paper that they're going to purchase land out of country, and which is called a pastille, and you can get paid like $500 to $1,000 just for them purchasing land over in a different country. So depending on the country, depending on the person, depending on the state, you can actually get paid really good. There's certain states you cannot get paid certain things, and certain things you cannot do, but look into being a notary, signing agent, and all that, whatever, in your state, and then go that route. And the other thing that I'm able to do, well, there's a couple more. So I am a masseuse. I'm a massage therapist, and when I was sick, I wasn't able to do the massage therapy the way I wanted to. I am now certified in like feet. I'm more certified in, I want to get certified in head, so I can do like the head spa. And I am certified in, I can't think of the word, spa something. It's basically like more deep tissue, more wellness type massage. So I've been doing massage therapy since 2008, and whenever I got sick, I just no longer wanted to do it. It pays really good, don't get me wrong, but I really just couldn't, I just didn't like doing it, standing up. It was my body was needing the massage versus me trying to massage everybody else. And then they would have you working like 12 hours, and you would have like maybe a 15-minute break in between. It was just so tired, so draining, I just couldn't do it. So with the income streams, I actually broke down like a number as to my predicted amount that I can actually do. I don't know if I'm actually going to go based off of this, because like you can get paid during like income tax season. You'll get a lot of money doing massage therapy. During the holidays, you won't. So it's not for sure this is what it's going to be. I have to do it per month during that month, during whatever is going on. So I can't like just do a prediction. So I'm not even going to mention that prediction, because it's unrealistic. The fourth step, it says to understand your benefits. So at first, whenever I saw that, I was like, what do you mean understand my benefits? Like, what am I benefiting within myself? But it says, know what happens with your health insurance. So with my medical issues, I was like, okay, if I do start my corporate America, what private insurance can I get that's going to cover the same exact thing that the insurance that I have right now does? Every 2 weeks, I had to pay $260 something, $268, I want to say, every 2 weeks for the health insurance that covers me and my kids. And so my two oldest, they can work, they can get their own. But my 9-year-old, I make too much money to get Medicaid, and I don't make enough money to have one of the private insurance that they had. So there's a private insurance that I was looking into that actually made sense, whatever. But there was another one that was just like, just drove me nuts. It drove me off the wall. Understand my PTO payout. Like I told y'all earlier, whenever I was sick and I wasn't able to work, I had PTO that would cover me for the first week whenever I was leaving. I think it actually covered 2 weeks worth. And so I was able to get that done, but a huge amount of the PTO actually went straight towards the insurance, like the fees and everything that you actually have to pay whenever you're 9 to 5, but you don't realize that until you're just like, okay, I'm planning on 8 hours, but then 8 hours went to fees and taxes and all that, whatever, so it's kind of high. And then that's whenever I realized that we're paying a lot of fees to the insurance, a lot of fees to all this stuff. Like, granted, whenever you're an entrepreneur, you still have to pay the insurance, you still have to pay your own private insurance, but it's a lot different, it's a lot cheaper, and it's more of like an eye-opener. You're used to this money being taken away that you don't even know how much is being taken away, you just know it's not there, and that I didn't like. So I started paying attention to my checks also. Reviewed life insurance coverage, what I was going to have versus what I do have, and I actually am going to change the life insurance. My cousin used to work for life insurance, and so she actually knows a lot more than I do, so whenever I have like any questions or anything, she would, answer the questions for me and make sure that I was on the same page of life insurance and stuff like that. I do know that with the trust, you have a lot of like options. I haven't broken down everything with the trust, and I would like to have a trust by myself, but we looked into like a family trust and that whatever. So it's like a lot of things that I actually need to know before I make a decision on what's going to happen next with life insurance, health insurance, and all that. I need to learn my 401k options. I do not want to cash it out. However, I did have 2 that I was going to cash out. One of them, I did move over from one 401k to another, only because I realized that this would actually do, my 9 to 5 actually matches the amount that goes into my 401k. So whenever I moved over, the other money. I thought they were going to match that, but it's a match coming from your check. So I put it over there thinking they were going to put the $22,000 that I was just about to submit. They didn't. I don't know why I thought that they were just going to put another $22,000. That's $44,000. Okay. I'm just saying, put some $44,000 into my bank, please. Thank you. But yeah, so I want to leave my 401k where it's at. The $22,000, I do want to take that one out because I want to invest in things that I like another machine. I want to do the DTF machines. I want to do there's a couple things that I actually want to look into. Whenever I get back into massage therapy, I need a table. I need all the products for the table. I would like to have a down payment for a new car because I would like to have two cars, one that's a work car and the one that I can just travel in that doesn't have any issues because I've been putting wear and tear on it. And then whenever the car's in the shop, I'm like, you having to use Uber and I could just have my own car, so that's what I would like to do. And then, so that's with my 401k options. Then for step 6, I want to build a business emergency fund. I want to have $1,000 that's sitting there that I do not touch. Just being able, not even emergency fund, $1,000. I want to be able, I have $1,000 and that's never going to be touched for the rest of my life. Just so that I can feel comfortable, because if I'm not touching that $1,000, I'm not needing that $1,000. It's my ghost emergency fund. Then I know that I'm set because I'm never touching that $1,000. That's how I know that I'm financially stable, if that $1,000 is never being touched. That's what I want $1,000 or more to just sit in my account, in my savings, never being touched, just growing. That's where I would like to be when it comes to emergency funds. So with the business emergency fund, I want to make sure that it covers my website costs, the Etsy shop fees, Cricut supplies, the shipping supplies, printer, ink, the Canva subscriptions, and anything else that pertains to the furniture and stuff like that pertains to my business. So because of my business, would be also my vehicle. It will also be the maintenance. It would also be anything that massage or anything like that. I would have that's what my business emergency fund. Step 7. It says to protect yourself. That's the whole reason why we are doing these, guys. We protect ourselves like the 9-to-5 is doing, but we're trying to make sure that we got our own back. So it says to update beneficiaries. Update that. Have a basic will. Make sure that you have emergency contact, somebody that if something were to happen to you, you know for sure that these people can actually have your back. For me, would be my cousin. She's my rock. Anything happens to me, she's the one that I would go to. Make sure that everything is updated, insurance coverage is reviewed, and make sure that whenever I am going over everything, that my peace of mind is actually at peace before I actually make this decision. I saw one lady, she actually was crying, and she put 11 days before she quit, and she was like 6 days before I quit, 2 days before I quit, 1 day before I quit, and she was so stressed out about leaving her 9-to-5 job. And I know that I'm gonna record my feelings and my emotional state whenever I leave my 9-to-5 job. Y'all, I just feel like right now, if I were to quit today out of anger, I would be okay. I wouldn't even be fucked up. I wouldn't even be upset. But because I know that with the strategic thought that I'm going to be making a mistake by leaving my 9-to-5 job, I'm not going to have that backup. If I'm sick, who's going to pay? If I'm down, who's going to have me? I'm literally a single mom at 40 with 3 kids that I try to maintain. 2 kids are living with me, 2 of them are adults, and I have my 9-year-old. So if it's not me doing it, granted his dad is a really good dad and he's in the picture, but if it's not me doing it, then who is going to have my back? Because PTO no longer has my back. So that is the reason why I'm really determined to make sure that I have my life together for this, because I need peace of mind if I'm going to actually go through with this. With that being said, step 8 is test your exit. Now this one actually kind of got me. When it said to test my exit, y'all, at first I was like, how am I going to test it? How you want me to test it, Lord? Tell me how you want me to test it. So it says, this is a great topic to actually discuss with other people. That's when it got me. What you mean you want me to talk to other people? Because this is about to be one of them ideas. It's going to be a tough idea, right? It's going to be tough. So we're going to be trying to live our life today as if we already quit 9-to-5. Let that sink in. So basically, any income that you have coming in from the 9 to 5 can only go towards your bills, which is what you're, of course, that's going to be the things that you need. If it's anything else, it's only side hustle money. That's it. So you have to budget your day every single day as if you made that money doing the side hustle, and how you would make sure that a certain amount of money goes into your savings, a certain amount of money goes towards your taxes, a certain amount of money goes towards like different things. You have to do it. If you don't have money to go to Starbucks, don't go. If you don't have money to go out to eat, you can't go. If you don't have money to go travel, you can't do it. Oh, and you have to pay yourself a certain amount of money during side hustles. That's what's crazy. That's what got me. I said, oh, you want me to fake it till I make it? Fake it till I make it. So if my goal each month, because remember, we have to get our numbers down. If my goal is to have, I don't know, $3,000 of income made in the month of whatever, I have to make sure that the only amount of money that I'm budgeting is $3,000. Anything over is going to have to go towards the debt. It's going to have to go towards savings. It's going to have to go whatever. But you cannot put it towards your everyday expenses. If you pay more than, I think they said everything that is more than the 3,000 has to go to savings. But you can only budget off of 3,000. So if 3,000 does not pay all your expenses, then you're not going to be able, your numbers are wrong. You need to go back and start off with step 1 and know your numbers, right? So it says take everything above 3,000 and move it to savings. Okay. See if you can survive off of the money that you say that you have budgeted for yourself. Now again, if the amount is 3,000, see if you can actually live off of that. Do that, only that, for the next couple of months, and see if you're able to do it. If you're not able to do it, you need to go back and reevaluate your numbers and make sure that you are living off of the amount that you actually need to live off of. So with that, I'm actually really nervous to actually see if I'm actually able to do it, if I'm able to survive that, if I'm going to be able to, pinpoint what my weaknesses are. I already know that I really like coffee. I really like going out to eat, and I really love traveling. I really love traveling. One of the stream incomes that I did not mention that I am going to have is I am actually going to school for medical courier, medical billing and coding. Medical billing and coding, you can actually work for yourself and work from home. Another thing that I plan on doing is travel agent. So I will be a travel agent, so they won't be paying as much for travel, but I will get another streams of income whenever people are asking me for help for the traveling. I can actually help them out and, provide discounts and stuff like that. So I will be another stream of income that I will be working on. If y'all hear my chair, I apologize. So step 9 is build skills before you need them, right? So one question that I actually really like is, if I lost my job tomorrow, how would I make money today? And of course, going out to Uber is so easy. I'm about to go out to Uber right now. And then if I wanted to do massage, I can actually schedule that. People want massages all the time. I don't have a website for it, but it's really easy to get marketing for massage. Well, at least to me, I feel like it's really easy to do that. DoorDash, Uber Eats, stuff like that. That would be my main go-to, because that is on demand every single day. Uber driver, Lyft, DoorDash, Uber Eats, Favor, which is where you deliver groceries from HEB. I'm in Texas. I'm in the South Antonio, so there's HEB. Favor is an app that works directly with HEB to deliver groceries from HEB to people's homes. So it's so high on demand that it's going to be easy for me to actually get this over with. I can make money today. I don't have to worry about tomorrow, because I already have it set up for me to do it today. Etsy doesn't pay out. I have it to where Etsy pays out once a month, once every 2 weeks now. And then Ko-Fi pays daily, so that is some money, but it's not like a money that I can actually count on, I'm going to get $100 tomorrow. It's not something like that. It's kind of it trickles in, $2, $5, stuff like that. So it's just a steady stream. And then for my step 10, it says create a 2-year exit timeline. So the timeline, I say 2 years, because not only am I having to get 6 to 12 months of steady income for the budgeting number that I need for my expenses, but now I have to increase my streams. I have to work harder. I have to get everything the way I need it to be before I quit. And granted, I am able to make the amount that I wanted. I would like the money to be more on the online streams instead of physical streams. If I can get the money online and not have to really work too hard for it, I'm going to do that. And so, which is the whole reason why I started a whole nother channel, to let y'all know, this is the only topic y'all will see on this channel, is me doing my 2-year exit strategy. After this, I don't know what this channel is going to change into, but I know for the solid 2 years, I'm going to be showing you what I did on my exit strategy to leave my 9-to-5 job. And I don't know if it's going to be longer than 2 years, because I don't know where it's going to take me whenever I start this journey. I know that whenever I do leave the 9-to-5, I also want to stay with y'all to let you know how it actually worked. Did I make it to where I don't have to go back to a 9-to-5 job? Am I able to show you my life, how it actually turned out with all this plot and planning that I have set up? Did it actually work out for me? So I might actually stick with the channel and show you like life after corporate. But me being 40 years old and trying to figure out one thing after another and trying to increase incomes, start new businesses, see if it's going to work out, things of that nature, I feel like I want to take you with me on my journey. And if there's something that you're actually doing, I want you to be with me on this journey, and I want you to be in the comments telling me what's going on, okay? Because if my thought process is actually working for you and helping you with your stuff, whatever, please tell me, because on this journey as well, I will be building my credit. If I want to purchase a house, I can't do that because my credit is not good. Now, because I work for a car company, I can go get a car, but that's not because of my credit score. That's because I work for a car company. And it's one of the things that they, like one of the perks, because you work for the car company, you can get a car. But then at the same time, that's car payment. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to have it. I'm trying to get rid of debt. I want 2 cars, y'all. So I'm just saying, I don't know what the exit strategy is. So the 2 years is what I'm going to give it. Now, if everything falls in place before the 2 years, I have my debts paid off. I have my credit score where it needs to be. I'm able to make more money on my side hustles. I'm able to, I don't feel like if I can make the same amount of money in my side hustles doing it part-time, I know that I'll be good doing my side hustles full-time because I can get rid of my 9-to-5. So I need to make sure that my side hustles are making more than my 9-to-5 job. If it's not making more, it needs to be like the amount and a half, like, whatever. So I would say 3 times, but amount and a half. If I can replace the 9-to-5 income, then that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to quit early, but I will definitely let y'all know beforehand. First year that we're going to be doing is paying off debt, building the emergency fund, growing side hustles, and learning new skills. The second year, replace income, build 12 months of saving, reduce expenses, and set quit date. Now that I cannot wait for a set quit date. So with these steps, I will be telling you in like quarters. I will be doing, this quarter we're going to be working on my emergency fund. This is the amount that I want to put every month. This is how much I put in there this month. This is how much, is in there so far. My side hustle income amounts that I was able to make, what went to bills, what went to saving the money, what went to debt, stuff like that. I will also have everything to let you know what I actually did, what side hustles I actually worked on harder, if I had overtime on my 9-to-5 job. I kind of feel like with the side hustles, since I'm able to work my 9-to-5 and work my Etsy shops, I think that I can do Uber on the weekends, which is really when I usually do it, and then have a part-time job Monday through Friday, Monday through Thursday. And so that can have like a steady stream of income coming in that way. So I'm not really wasting my time, but I'm actually adding to my income streams. It also doesn't put, if I do like maybe at Burlington's or something like that, or I don't know, HEB or something, I don't know. I can actually have it until like maybe 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock I feel like would be the latest. But if I were to do that, then I would have that income coming in, set aside, going straight to the savings account because I really don't need that income. And then on the weekends, whenever I am able to, I can just do Uber, Lyft, and all that, whatever, like I have been, because right now I'm not, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and sometimes Thursday, I am not doing Uber. I'm only at the house working on like different Etsy things, whatever. But my Etsy, I can actually work during my 9-to-5. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to see if I can get a part-time job and work the part-time job as much as possible. And then whenever I'm not working in the 9-to-5, I could just do Uber and work on other sides of income. Working from home actually really does help. And I also plan on doing school online. So I don't know how long I'm going to be working the part-time job, but I know that I would like to have something that is a consistent something every week or every 2 weeks that will be placed into my emergency fund. And then once that emergency fund number is hit, maybe I'll quit. So I don't know how that's going to work, but I know that that's my idea right now, that I'm going to start applying for different places so I can figure out what's going on. The last thing that I'm going to go ahead and mention is what will my life look like after I quit corporate America? So like I said, I do want to be an entrepreneur. I want to work for myself. So I am going to be going to school so that I can have the medical billing and coding certificate so that I can work for myself and work from home and be able to travel. I do plan on being a travel agent. I am a massage therapist, and I am able to leave whenever I want to. And I'm also looking forward to, I'm going to go ahead and say it, I'm looking forward to being able to be my own boss, fire my boss that I have right now, and not have to answer to anyone else. So that is what I actually would like to do. I am really into traveling. I want to purchase a house, and I want to be free, honestly. Having to ask permission to go to the restroom is ridiculous. Having to be stressed out doing something that you have no passion doing is just, I'm over it. 100% over it. Answering to people who could care less for your answer, but they're required to ask, I just don't want to do it anymore. I really don't. I don't want somebody to have to tell me that I can't go to my son's soccer game because I don't have enough time, because I'm scheduled to work on the weekend. Or I can't leave to take my kids to the beach because it's the summer for them, but it's not summer break for me. And traveling on the weekends with kids and being able to do stuff out and about, whatever, it's not even just during the summer. It's all the time. Having to be approved to ask off from my 9 to 5, knowing that I had already requested weeks ago. And now you want to take it back because now we have Mando overtime. And that ask off can ask off. I still take off, by the way, because fire me, because you already approved me, fire me. Because we ain't about to tell Cassandra that she cannot go be, you already approved me off. You are not going to tell me that I cannot be, fire, you're going to have to fire me, bro, because I don't know how to do it. So just the thought of you giving me the option of you messing with my money because you said one thing, but then you're going to take it back. We cannot do it anymore, y'all. I'm tired. Having to answer people because somebody called me and cussed me out and I'm just supposed to sit there and let it happen. Having to wake up at a certain time every day. Like, I don't even ask for much. I really don't. But the life that I have in my mind that's set for me, it's just not going to happen. I just don't see myself being stressed out about somebody else not paying their bills. I just don't. So what will my mornings look like? I won't have to wake up to an alarm clock. I won't have to rush every day to make sure that I get everything that I need to get done for my virtual assistant. Oh, it's another stream of income that I do, virtual assistant. I don't have to rush every single day for my virtual assistants. I don't have to rush to make sure that I get Ko-Fi updated and scheduled. I don't have to hurry up and try to make the Etsy orders because my Cricut machine is making too much noise, or I can't be printing in the background because that's just too much noise, or having to go and do everything that you're supposed to before you have to take your kid to school at 7 o'clock and then have to drive through traffic and commute and be there by 8 o'clock. Just to be stressed out because of the traffic and because of the office. It's going to be free, y'all. I'm about to tell you right now. My mornings is about to be free. I'm going to be like, where's Cassandra? In bed. Asleep. Probably not, because right now I wake up at 4 o'clock like clockwork. It would be all Saturday and I'm still waking up at 4 o'clock trying to tell myself to go back to bed over here. Laying in the X on my bed wondering, why am I up? Y'all, look. I wake up every day at 4 o'clock just hating it. Just like, why do I wake up at 4 o'clock every day? Come on now. And how will I spend my time? Most of the time I can say that whenever I was off for those 30 days or doing Uber, I was so relaxed. I was so at peace that it was so easy to make that money. I would drive around. I would have one phone. I have 2 phones. So one phone would be my business phone that's connected to the car that has the music going for the writers, right? The other phone, I would be listening to a podcast or a book or something, listening to like murder mystery because everybody loves murder mysteries, okay? Or I'm listening to different entrepreneurs, being on the phone with somebody just because they just called me or whatever and I'm able to shoot the shot. You know what I'm saying? I just enjoyed it. I was so happy not having to stress out about the little things, doing the little bitty tasks that, you have to do every single call or whatever. I was happy doing just that. Listening to YouTubers all day. I did learning from their mistakes, learning from their journey, learning from their progress, seeing the success, being able to see somebody do something they said they can do because they are able to. I love watching people's journey. I love to watch vlogs. I love to be here just listening and just being nosy. I'm nosy. My name is Cassandra and I'm nosy. That I'm telling you the truth, I am. I love it. I love seeing people's journey. I really do. My time will be spent on doing whatever the fuck I want to do. Any and everything, y'all. Any and everything. What kind of work do I actually enjoy? Stationary things. This snail mail pen pal club that I have, which if you would like to join, please, all the information will be in the description down below. Every month there are 2 different tiers. There's 3 tiers. There's a small tier for people that are on a budget. They just want some type of happy mail being mailed out to you. And then there's a second tier that has more items in there, like coloring pages and word search and stickers and stuff like that. And then there's the third tier, which if you want your snail mail to be sent to you with the tracking, you would have tracking every time I send out that snail mail to you. So it wouldn't be snail mail. Is basically I put a stamp on it and gets sent to you, and you get it whenever the post office gives it to you, whenever it arrives. The third tier gives you that tracking. You know exactly where it's at, what town it's in, where to stop, and why it's not there. And you can actually be like, hey, it was never delivered, right? Or hey, it was delivered at the wrong location or something like that. So what does freedom mean to me? Freedom means to me that I don't have to answer to anybody. I don't have to ask anything to anybody. I'm not stationed in one location. I am able to leave where the wind takes me, and I'm able to sit where the water hit me. That's freedom to me. And I want to take you on this journey with me so that we can actually do this together. Like I said, if you have this same thought process, if you've already started, if you have any questions, if I did not touch a topic that you wanted to talk about, please leave it in the description down below. I know I barely slightly talked about credit, which is also going to be on that confession video that I plan on doing. But if y'all have been on this journey for a way longer time than I have, please let me know. Comment down below. Let me know what you did, what topic I did not touch, or maybe I slightly touched something, but you wanted more detail on that. Let me know. I'll make sure that I do that in the next video. So thank y'all so much for being here. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. I plan on going to Uber right now. I'm going to edit this video and get this new channel started. Let me know what you think about this new channel. Let me know what you think about this video. Let me know what you think about the exit strategy that I have set. Would you actually do it? Would you do this exit strategy, or is your mindset that you just rather go somewhere that already has everything set up? You don't want to do it on your own. There are people out there that are like that also, that are not determined to leave their 9-to-5 job. There are people out there that have to work a 9-to-5 job because that's their peace. And I get it. They just move from one place to another. And I get it. I'm just not on that journey anymore. I used to be. I used to want to climb up that ladder. I used to want to make as much money as possible, but I'm no longer that person. Being able to see how much money I can make in 1 month, being off from my 9-to-5 job, and then going back and being stuck to tell them so they could tell me I could only make $26 an hour, it just didn't sit right with me. So thank y'all so much for being here. I really appreciate each and every one of y'all. If y'all actually stayed to the end of this video, actually put 2-year exit strategy, leaving corporate America, something of descent, something like that. Leave it in the comments down below. Like the video, comment down below, share this with somebody that's actually on the same journey, or if you just want to have a conversation about this video, do so. But make sure that you like it. Put me in the algorithm. Y'all stay blessed, stay beautiful, stay safe. Bye, guys.